turn to the next wide receiver off the board. It was Jeudy to the Denver Broncos at the 15th overall pick.
Absolute steal.
Absolute steal for Denver. I think they were one of the teams we all had circled to go out and get a wide receiver in this draft, with the Jets picking in front of them, with the 49ers originally having a pick in front of them before they traded back, and the Raiders. I don't think that the Broncos saw any chance to get Jeudy, barring them trading up themselves. And they were able to sit back and get an incredibly talented wide receiver out of Alabama. I love the talent of Jeudy. I'm still 50-50 on the landing spot. I certainly think there's opportunity opposite Courtland Sutton in this offense. I just don't know that there's going to be enough to go around. Last season, we really saw Drew Lock show some upside towards the end. He got 5 starts there. And if Drew Lock is going to be the guy, I certainly think Courtland Sutton and Jeudy can both be fantasy relevant. But to me, like, Sutton is going to be a lock for his 125 targets. Noah Fant is a really hot name as a breakout at the tight end position, and I see him getting close to 90 targets this year. So just knowing that there's not going to be a ton of volume in this offense from a passing perspective. I mean, they just brought in Melvin Gordon to go along Phillip Lindsay. So they've got weapons everywhere. Just knowing that they're not going to be throwing the ball 600 times this season, I kind of question whether Judy's going to be incredibly fantasy relevant this year. I actually do have him as a wide receiver 3. I think he's going to creep close to that 100 target mark just because Denver is so desperate for that wide receiver 2 spot to be filled alongside of Courtland Sutton. They actually went out and got KJ Hamler as well in round 2, which we're going to talk about on another podcast. But I have Jeudy right around the Emmanuel Sanders, Anthony Miller, Jamison Crowder range. Guys that you can put in your flex week to week and expect maybe 15 points. Maybe you're just spot starting him during bye weeks, but that's kind of the area I have Jeudy in for this season. I certainly am a big fan of him in Dynasty because he's got a great young core on this offense to go around with Drew Lock, Courtland Sutton, Noah Fant. So that's my take on Jeudy. I think Drew Lock was already in a prime position to break out this season, and that's going to do nothing but help him. I actually am worried that his ADP is going to fly up now because they went out and got him so many weapons. So, you know, that's how I see Jeudy kind of working into this offense. I'm a little bit, just ever so slightly, less bullish on Noah Fant. I really think when it was just Sutton and Noah Fant in this offense, the ceiling was astronomical for Fant. This might cap that a little bit, but I do really like him as a sleeper candidate at the tight end spot. I don't think Sutton is going to be affected at all. Steph, I know I just broke down a lot there for this Denver offense. What are your takes? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think Judy's going to be more involved than I do?
Yeah, just like you, I see some late round appeal and redraft as a flex for Jeudy. Really, to me, it comes down to, do you believe this Broncos offense has it? I mean, if Jeudy went to the Raiders, I think he would be far and away. Like, we might even have him at wide receiver 2 range just because of all that opportunity and making him really the de facto one there. Like, yeah, the landing spot, man, it's kind of gross. But Judy's the most complete and well-rounded wide receiver in this draft. I think he passed everybody's eye test, and his measurables say the same as well. He has elite speed, great route running, great hands. What could really make Jeudy a star to me is Pat Schumer. You know, the Broncos brought him in as their offensive coordinator, and Schumer loves to play action pass, and he's shown to be great at developing young quarterbacks. He was with Sam Bradford at the start of his career when he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. He coached a second-year Nick Foles back with the Eagles into an absolute beast in 2013 when he threw 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He helped Case Keenum be fantastic when he took over for the Vikings back in 2017. So if you believe in Schumer and you believe in Drew Lock, you believe in the Broncos offense, yeah, why not take a shot on Jeudy? I believe he's a great player. I think we all do, and he'll definitely command some volume. I think even going into year 2 and 3 of his career, he could even pass Sutton as the one there in Denver. I know that's a hot take, and I love Sutton, but just Jeudy is such a complete prospect. You got to love him here. Definitely worth taking a shot in the later rounds, mid-rounds of your draft.
Steph, is it Schumer or Shermer?
It's Shermer. My bad on that one. I'm going to go ahead and just say it's Schumer, though.
Yeah, hey, I mean, maybe it's his evil twin brother or something like that. I don't know. But no, I think you bring up a great point. There's a lot of turnover in the NFL with some of these coordinators and things like that people don't realize. Maybe, actually, certainly, a guy I'm going to talk about later is Gary Kubiak with the Vikings, and he's going to be their new offensive coordinator and play caller. So a little plug there for later on in the pod. But a lot of offenses can have some pretty big changes year over year just because of play caller changes, just because of coordinator changes. So knowing that Shermer is coming into this offense, given the credentials that you just laid out, I think it could be big for Drew Lock and for everybody. So I love that, and I certainly am excited for this Broncos team. They're one team that I could see, piecing it together and making a wild card run. Maybe they finish close to double-digit wins. Maybe they get to 9-7. But I could also see the wheels coming off and then picking pretty early in the draft next season. So we'll see.
Yeah, it could be one of those things like almost like Trubisky, where if things start to go south, they're like, get Drew Lock out of here. 5 games, it's not enough. It's such a rough sample size to go into this season with.